2, 1. Hey folks, Randy Reid here for Dojo Nation and sponsored by Dojo Max. Listen, pricing. I get asked that a lot. How much do you charge for lessons? How much is your course? How much should I charge? That's a pretty open question. It can be answered a lot of different ways. Let's not talk about pricing as much as how we do our sales, how we do our tuition payments. So there's a lot of different ways to do things out there. There's people that are charging test fees, people not charging test fees. There's people that are doing all-inclusive. There's people that are not doing all-inclusive. There's a lot of different ways to do this. How should you do it? If you ask me, Randy, how should I do this? I would tell you, do it the way that matches your values. I mean, there's schools that are very comfortable charging people programs and then getting them to pay cash in advance, long years in advance. And most of their students come in that way, and they're very comfortable doing that. There's other schools that want to keep their monthly residuals high. They want to not do a lot of cash outs, and that's the way they run their business. I've seen both of them run both ways. And I was talking with one of my students the other day, Jeff Quirk. He was down here on the island with me, him and Jeff the New. And we were talking about pricing, and he reminded me of something that I had said years and years ago. And the fact of the matter is, if you're charging paid in fulls for long-term programs, and someone doesn't take advantage of that program, it's their fault. We understand that. They agreed to pay for it. We can do all that. We can. Back in the day, people used to take people to court. Their idea was to get them to sign a 4 or 5 year contract. The child would quit, and they take them to court and make them pay. And their point was, well, you're full grown, you should know better. Yeah, right. I never quite agreed with that, and here's why. I feel that martial arts schools should be part of the community and an asset to the community. It should be on the asset side of the balance sheet. We're not an extraction business. We're not in there to see how much money we can take away and just line our own pockets, regardless of what works for them or not. Now, I have what I call my 4 horsemen of Wisconsin, or we do a thing up there, kind of what we call the Wisconsin way. These 4 schools are all breaking 7 figures a year, $1 million. The owners are very financially secure. They do very little cash. They're all running 400 or 500 karate students, and they're doing extremely well. I've been in this situation where I've run schools where I've done a lot of upfront cash. It really didn't match my values, and when I realized it didn't was when I would go out in public and see a parent that had wrote me a big check and their child had quit. Now, regardless of the situation, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, I don't want to be nervous going to the grocery store. I don't want to be nervous going out to dinner. I want to provide a service that they really want to pay for, that they feel great about the experience they have with us, and they want to share that with their friends and family. And if that service somehow doesn't meet their needs, or there's a change in their life, I want them still to feel really good about me and my school and the way I live in my community. And I know this works because my guys are doing it and they're smoking. Now, if you can't retain your students, they're all quitting, and you know that. So now you're doing a lot of pre-sales. I think that's a recipe for some real problems. So if you're going to ask me how to do your pricing, but then again, I know people that are doing that system, they're doing extremely well financially. I don't know if they go to the grocery store or not. Maybe they're making enough money they can send somebody to the grocery store. So all I can do is share that my values are such that this is the pricing that we've set up and we've used in our schools. Now, do we take paid in full? Sure, but we don't use that as a basis for the business model. We want to have enough leeway that if there is problems, we can go ahead and keep our billing up and keep our business going, even if we don't get new students. The problem with too much cash is only way to keep things going is to get more cash. Okay, that's what I got for today. Randy Reid over and out. Keep going, keep kicking. Bye-bye.